Have you ever gazed upon a painting so vivid, so complex, that it seemed to contain the soul of its creator? Today, we're unveiling the mesmerizing story and iconic beauty of Frida Kahlo, a woman whose legacy isn't merely hung on gallery walls, but resonates deeply in the hearts of people around the world. From Mexico, a land brimming with luminous colors and heart-wrenching tales, emerged Frida Kahlo, an artist, a revolutionary, and a cultural symbol. But Frida was not just a woman with a paintbrush in hand. She was a walking masterpiece herself. Her beauty transcended conventional ideals, blending her Mexican heritage with raw authenticity. She wore her unibrow and faint mustache with unapologetic defiance, challenging the norms of femininity in the early 20th century. Let's step into Frida's world, beginning at the Casa Azul in Coyoacán, Mexico, a home as radiant with color as Frida herself. Born in 1907, Frida grew up in a society deeply influenced by European aesthetics, yet she deliberately chose to embrace indigenous Mexican culture. Her iconic Tijuana dresses with elaborate patterns and vibrant hues became her armor. Each hand-woven fabric, each floral headdress was a declaration. She wasn't merely Frida, she was the living essence of her Mexican roots. Frida was never a stranger to pain. At the age of 6, polio confined her to bed for months, leaving her with a thin, atrophied leg. Then, at 18, a catastrophic bus accident changed the trajectory of her life. Her spine and pelvis were profoundly injured, forcing her into agonizing surgeries and years of bed rest. Yet she did not let this define her. She painted. She created from her agony. And while her body bore the scars of torment, she found beauty in expressing what many would hide. Each self-portrait of Frida captures more than just her external appearance. Through the strokes of thick oils, she explored the uncharted terrains of identity, pain, and resilience. What's fascinating, though, is how even in her art, she remained deeply tied to her roots. Look at Self-Portrait with Thorn Necklace and Hummingbird from 1940. Note the stepped precision in her features, the intensity of her gaze, the necklace digging into her skin, the black cat peering mischievously in the shadows. It's as if the canvas breathes her essence. Her unibrow, often dissected with scrutiny in modern discussions, wasn't an oversight, but rather a symbol. For Frida, beauty was not just about symmetry or flawless extravagance. It was raw, vibrant, and deeply human. It challenged the conventional, and still does even today. She urged you to think, to empathize, to understand beauty as an extension of individuality. Frida's life was as colorful and tumultuous as her paintings. Her passionate and tempestuous relationship with Diego Rivera, the famed Mexican muralist, reflected in her creations. Love, betrayal, longing, they all found a home in her art. Despite their notorious ups and downs, Diego often hailed Frida as the greatest painter he ever knew, and Frida, in turn, immortalized Diego on her canvases. What's remarkable about Kahlo was her ability to turn her struggles into strengths. Through 8 miscarriages, 13 orthopedic operations, countless bouts of pain and infidelity, she transformed into an unyielding icon of resilience. That resilience wasn't just emotional, it infused her physicality. Her densely braided hairstyles, often adorned with fresh flowers and ribbons, framed a face that was both intelligent and full of wonder. Her bold lipstick choices, delicate jewelry made of jade and turquoise, and heavy embroidered fabrics became her language. They told tales of joy, sorrow, revolution, and self-ownership. In an era of corsets and suppression, Frida's wardrobe screamed freedom. The Tijuana dress, representative of the matriarchal society of Oaxaca, wasn't just fashion, it was a political statement. And her voice reached far beyond Mexico. She became known internationally as a painter, not just for her aesthetics, but for the stories embedded in her canvases. In Paris, she dined with Picasso. In New York, she stood beside Leon Trotsky at rallies. Frida wasn't just a painter. She was a living piece of a global revolution. One might ask, was Frida Kahlo the quintessential image of beauty? Reflecting on glossy Hollywood ideals of her time, the answer might be no. But then again, Frida taught us that beauty is far too intricate to be boxed into a simple yes or no answer. It lies at the intersection of courage, individuality, and cultural pride. We could spend hours delving into her countless artworks and fascinating life stories, but what truly sets Frida apart isn't just her ability to captivate through a canvas. It's how she has transcended time as a beacon for the unapologetically bold. She reminds us of the beauty in imperfection, the strength in vulnerability, and the authenticity of being oneself. In a sense, Frida Kahlo wasn't just a cultural icon. She became a timeless portrait of beauty, both external and profound. Beauty that emanated not despite her challenges, but because of them. So today, let us not only celebrate her stunning self-portraits, but the masterpiece she created out of her life. For in that life, we find the rarest beauty of all, a beauty that refuses to be defined. And that, my friends, is Frida Kahlo, the enigmatic charm, the resilience, the icon. Her story is one of grace, struggle, and a celebration of individuality. It's a narrative that transcends cultures and continues to teach us lessons about art, beauty, and strength. Remember, true beauty isn't confined within the lines of perfection. It grows and glows from the colors of our stories, no matter how unconventional they may be. Ensure the expanded voiceover is even more entertaining, but that it maintains the same style, tone, and key points as the original.